I know we have more people coming on, but I want to make good use of everybody's time and get started on time here. So again, my name is Teresa Kittredge, and I'm with 100 Rural Women. We are based in northern Minnesota in Itasca County. And as I was just sharing with folks, we had a big storm come through here. So a few of us are sort of going without power here. And I'm just thankful to my rural electric that they talked us into putting in a generator when we first moved here, because it's doing the trick right now. So a little bit about 100 Rural Women. We are all about creating connections and inspiring leadership. And we see a future where more rural women are leading positive change for themselves, their community, their family, the nation, and the world. And we're a nonprofit, nonpartisan. We were very fortunate this past year to get our 501c3. And our mission is really just to support and serve rural women. That's what we're all about. The Breakfast Club, which I sent out a little reminder today, breakfast for dinner, because we usually do our webinars in the morning, but today we're really fortunate to get to partner with the Women's March. And we decided to do this one in the evening. But this has been a great success story of ours to be able to do webinars. And that was when we started our organization, COVID hit. And we were like, oh, this is interesting. And how are we going to connect women? And we thought, what a great opportunity to do webinars, lift up women doing incredible work in rural and leading at that time during COVID. And then we've been able to build that forward with just amazing women leaders. We're so lucky to have Bernadine with us tonight. So I just want to welcome you from 100 Rural Women. We've got a couple folks I just want to point out on our call today. So Emma, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I would be glad to. My name is Emma Higgins, and I am a research fellow here with 100 Rural Women. I've been working with the organization for about a year, thanks to another organization called Lead for Minnesota. And I'm so glad to be with you all tonight. And I will turn it over to, would you like to introduce Anne next, Teresa? Does that work?
Yeah, what, Alexa?
Sure, Alexa.
Okay.
Sure. Hi, I'm Alexa, and I work with 100 Rural Women. I've been with the organization for, I think, a little over a year and a half now. My main focus is usually spotlight profiles and kind of odds and ends, but I'm really excited to be here today. And if you haven't checked out Bernadine's spotlight profile yet, you definitely should. It's up on our website, and yeah, really excited to hear from you today. Who am I jumping to?
Hannah. Why don't we go to Hannah?
It's currently at my house, so hi. I'm glad to be here. I was a former intern, so I'm just so excited to hear the story, and yeah.
So Hannah was an intern with us, as she said, and she interviewed Bernadine originally for the Spotlight series. So welcome. I just wanted to get that. And then our board chair, Terry Foley, is with us this evening too. So I'm going to now turn it over to Ann Tracy, and we're co-sponsoring this evening with Ann with the Women's March. So Ann, why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Sure, I will. Thank you. Yes, I see that at least one of my colleagues, Chris, is on the call too. So we are both on the board of Women's March Minnesota, and what we try to do is harness the power of women in our communities to create transformative change. And our communities being, non-binary, gender fluid, just everyone. We kind of want to lift up everyone. That's what we're trying to do. Most folks know we were, we'd say conceived in 2016 and born in the March. And I'm sure many of us attended the March in 2017. So we try to educate, amplify, and activate voices for transformative change. So some of the practical things that we do, things like tonight, I was delighted to partner with 100 Rural Women because I live in St. Paul, but a lot of my work is in rural Minnesota. Bernadine and I worked together both to promote and facilitate rural broadband. So I'm always happy when we can kind of get together from that perspective. And I'd love to see more connections made because Women's March Minnesota, at least the in-person section, tends to be metro-based. It's just the logistics of it. But know that we can travel. We can't always travel all the time, but if you need a few more bodies helping fill out your numbers, or you need any help from us at all, we're happy to do stuff like that. That was something we did quite recently. We just did a a radio show for equal rights amendment. So we spoke with all of the folks or the legislative folks who are working on that and had some music guests and stuff like that. So that's how we educate, we amplify. We have an email list of, I think it's getting close to about 25,000 names now. The Facebook is about the same. We have several social media channels. So we love to share information on what people are doing. And we've learned, especially in the last couple of weeks, all of a sudden we get these bumps when things happen that our crowd might be interested in. We try to keep our eye on a lot of the things that are happening in that way. So happy to share your information. If you want, I'm going to include right now, I thought about queuing this up, a link to our website. If you want to join the email list, we've got links to all the social media channels there too. We activate, I'm going to give a nod to Chris. Chris is the best logistics person for a march I have ever known. If you're planning a march or an event, Chris, she is the muscle behind making it happen. She knows where to get the permits, and she knows how to get the marshals, and how all the things that I think are impossible. She knows how to do that. So we try to help with things like that. And again, we're happy to bring some of those skills to rural areas too. Another thing we do is kind of every other week we do a calls to action. So we have a Zoom call where we invite folks to come in, and we will contact legislators on maybe 3 or 4 bills. So we look up information on the bills, we write up a script. So we tell you what the bill's talking about, we tell you the script, we tell you how to find whatever policymaker needs to be connected for that person. And we're all on the phone, we put ourselves on mute, we make our call, we cheer ourselves on, and we go on to the next one. And it's fun. It's a fun opportunity if you've never done that before, if you've never contacted your legislator. So we're kind of a nice on-ramp. So those are some of the ways that we activate people. And again, I'm excited I'm a little spoiled because I've heard a little bit of Bernadine's story already, but I know a lot of our folks were interested in, a lot of folks were not able to be here, but are looking forward to 100 Rural Women generously recording and doing all the logistics, the online logistics for this. So that's happy to answer any questions. I put a link to the Women's March website in the chat, and thank you. I'm not sure who is next, Teresa, you?
Well, no, I'll hand it over to Emma shortly, but just to follow up with what Ann said, I am getting emails as we speak of folks who were going to come and something came up. So just to assure everybody, we are recording this. We will get it posted on our website. We'll share it with Ann so we can get out to the Women's March, because I've just received like 10 different emails from people saying, I want to come, I might be late, or if I don't make it, is there a recording? So that will be coming. So glad to have folks here, and people will just come as they can. And Emma, I'm going to turn it over to you to do some introductions and talk about Zoom.
Thanks so much, Teresa. Thank you to Ann and to Bernadine for being here and partnering with us. So excited about this webinar. With that, I am going to introduce our wonderful speaker tonight, Bernadine Joselyn, who I've had the pleasure of meeting a couple of times. She is based in Grand Rapids, the Director of Public Policy and Engagement at the Blandin Foundation. Their focus lies in strengthening rural communities. She loves this work because of the opportunity to help rural people imagine their desired future and then work together to make it so. She feels privileged to do mission-driven work and see how people have hope and feel efficacious and motivated to be involved. After graduating from the University of Minnesota, Bernadine worked and lived abroad. As much as she appreciated that opportunity, she found her way back to rural Minnesota. She feels pulled to rural because it helps her connect to community and place in a way that she can really appreciate after having lived in a lot of cities. Bernadine has been involved in 100 Rural Women as an attendee, a book club member, and a speaker at a webinar. We are so fortunate to have Bernadine in our community at 100 Rural Women and to have had the opportunity to speak with her for our Spotlight Profile series, which I posted in the chat earlier. So yeah, with that, I will hand it over to Bernadine to get started.